Autoline Daily is brought to you by Siemens PLM Software, transforming the process of innovation.
Here are today's top headlines. GM and Chrysler pursue merger talks. The United Nations criticizes biofuels again. And Honda introduces the new Odyssey in Japan. Up next, we'll be back with the news behind the headlines. This is Autoline Daily for Monday, October 20, 2008, and now the news. More drama in the possible merger of General Motors and Chrysler. Over the weekend, pressure built on both companies to put a deal together quickly. But the Wall Street Journal reports that both companies are having problems raising the money to make it happen. The plans are to cut 40,000 jobs, with the vast majority of them being Chrysler jobs. And that would take billions in buyouts and severance packages. Make no mistake about it, Cerberus has got General Motors by the throat on this one. It's Cerberus that's driving this deal more than either Chrysler or General Motors. But of course, Cerberus owns Chrysler and half of GMAC at General Motors. And in what I believe is related news, German transmission company Getrag announced that its deal with Chrysler to build dual-clutch transmissions in the United States is off. Chrysler sued Getrag over financing to build the plant. I guess the German company just decided enough was enough and called the deal off. You know, Chrysler's developed a habit of suing suppliers ever since Cerberus took the company over. But hey, if you're merging with GM, who needs another transmission plant? September auto sales were terrible, and it looks like October will not get any better. Wards is forecasting that U.S. October sales will only hit a paltry 1 million vehicles. That equates to an annualized rate of only 12.6 million units. And if that trend continues, it would make September and October the first consecutive months below 13 million on an annualized basis since July and August of 1992. And that's just going to ripple through the rest of the economy as it impacts suppliers as well. The Food and Agriculture Organization, or FAO, of the United Nations says that developing biofuels threatens global food security and that it will not help much to reduce emissions as was previously thought. The FAO wants biofuels policies and subsidies to be reviewed in order to preserve world food security, protect farmers, promote rural development, and ensure environmental sustainability. I'd call the UN the anti-biofuel lobby. They've been against this for a long time, and you know, there are some biofuels that are threatening and some others that are absolutely terrific. Honda announced that it's starting selling a completely redesigned Odyssey minivan in Japan. The van features a 2.4-liter four-cylinder engine and a body that emphasizes a low center of gravity. Honda is offering a host of different technologies on this redesign of the Odyssey. Things like a double wishbone front suspension, a CVT transmission, and adaptive cruise control are either standard or available as options. Luxury car brands are taking a beating as the U.S. market continues to falter. The Wall Street Journal reports that over the last few years, sales of luxury vehicles grew at an unprecedented rate. The market even took on an hourglass shape as sales of low-priced cars and luxury brands soared while brands in the middle stagnated. Well, that's not the case anymore. Luxury automakers are really hurting as the economy continues to slide. Johan de Nijssen, the head of Audi's U.S. operations, predicts the market will contract by another 15 to 20% in the next 18 months, but slowly stabilize after that. Coming up next, our feature story looks at the voting for the North American Car and Truck of the Year Awards. We'll be back right after this.
Siemens, transforming the process of innovation.
And now for today's feature story. You know, there's a lot of car awards in this car business, but only a few that are chosen by an independent organization of journalists. In North America, that organization is called the North American Car and Truck of the Year Award. Last week, members of the jury met in Hell, Michigan at the Hell Creek Ranch to test drive the 2009 cars and trucks that are up for the award. All the jurors have to do is pick up the keys on the table and start driving whatever they want, from subcompacts to exotic sports cars to crossovers and pickups. And the journalists find it a very valuable way to compare cars.
Well, I drove the new Dodge Ram pickup truck for the first time, was very impressed with that. And somebody brought along a Toyota Tundra just to kind of provide what is assumed to be the benchmark. And as I just said to a couple of lads inside, when's the last time you did a Dodge and a Toyota back-to-back, and the Dodge was better built?
I think the big thing is the opportunity to drive vehicles back-to-back on a set of particularly interesting and challenging roads. It really allows you to pick out the strengths and the weaknesses of each of them.
The voting for the North American Car and Truck of the Year award will take place in December, and the awards to the winners will be presented at the next North American International Auto Show in Detroit in January. And that's it for today's top news in the global automotive industry. But don't forget, you can get podcasts, transcripts, and a whole lot more on our website, AutolineDaily.tv. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.